right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. And I'll say it again. Good morning to you all. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation for you and your family. Welcome. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a board certified Christian counselor and a family restoration specialist, which what it means is none other than a family coach. I do these morning sessions, these transformation sessions, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But from today until which is January the 9th until February the 9th, I'm going live twice a day. And I mean that's Saturday and Sunday. So 7:30 every morning. I'm gonna say that clearly. Sunday and Saturday, every morning for a whole 30 days. And then at 7:30 at night, I'm giving you inspiration for your family, but I'm also giving you inspiration for individuals. So individuals probably will be more at night because I want to really focus my attention to your child, your teen, your young adult, and your adult child in the morning. And then at 7:30 at night for the next 30 days, I want to give you inspiration for individuals to build up their self-esteem. But we are focusing on this morning is your family. It's your family. So guys, do me a quick favor. If you ever have any questions or concerns, there's topics that you want me to talk about, I want you to please email me at dmpspeaksllc@gmail.com. I'm going to be having a new email as well for my business/ministry for families. So I'll be sending that to you and sharing that with you soon. But right now, please, if you have any inquiries, if you're excited and you're thinking about joining my program, which is called the Family Transformation Program, and it's a 12-week program. It's very impactful. It has worksheets. It has different activities, slides, and other information and private conversations that we have to build up your family, to make your family the best that it can be. Guys, don't wait to another day or another week. Act right now. The information is in all of my social media pages. So what I want to do today, I don't want to belabor the time, and I want you guys to share this morning session with someone. This is very important, but I'm not going to take long to do it. How do you know? The topic is, how do you know when your teen is depressed? It's a very sensitive issue. It is not a joke, because sometimes you can't even really know, especially with your teen. Now you can see that your child, if you have a little child, they're sad and they might be dealing with depression, but it's hard to really figure out with your teen. Because sometimes they can be sad, sometimes they can just be angry or irritable. You know, when they get 13, 14, 15, Lord knows, I got a 15-year-old, so he gets a little irritable. But how do you know when your child, your teen or young adult is dealing with depression, even your adult child? How do you know? Well, I want to give you a few things that from my research, my time to prepare for this morning, that I want to give you just a few. You can write these down on your phone or your tablet, whatever that you have, because this is important. The reason why I'm talking about this, you might say, what does this have to do with transformation? We have to be able to transform our minds as parents and guardians and grandparents and aunts, uncles, or however you are, and whoever you are to that teen or young adult or adult child. We have to start recognizing certain symptoms. We got to start recognizing certain ways that they're having, that they're just not irritable. They're not just sad or angry. They're depressed. So I'm just going to give you a few. I have quite a bit of here. I'm just going to give you a few because of the time. So one of the symptoms, or a few of the symptoms of depression, is feeling sad or helpless. And this goes on most of the day. But having irritability, but they're on the edge of irritability, it kind of goes past just being irritable, or just irritated, right? They're dealing with really bad, really severe low self-esteem or confidence. They have difficulty concentrating. They might not be concentrating in school, and it follows them home. They're not concentrating on their homework. They're sad most of the day. They feel down most of the day. And it's continuously on a daily basis. It just continues to work on them, unfortunately. They can't sleep well. They don't have no appetite. They don't want to eat. And I'm being serious. If you know your child, your teen or young adult loves to eat, loves candy and all this stuff, but they love to eat, but they're not really eating. It might be more than just a stomach bug. They might be so down mentally, cognitively as well, that they don't even feel like eating. Have you ever been there as a teen or young adult that you were so, or just as a human being, you were so depressed, you were so down that you didn't even feel like eating anything? You didn't feel like indulging in your favorite meal. That should be a warning sign. That should be a red flag. There's something going on with my teen or young adult. I need to know what's going on. And again, and I'm giving you these few things because it is very important for us to know what is going on in their mind, because it's not going to be on a sheet of paper. It's not going to be written down on a piece of paper. Well, this is what I'm dealing with, mom and dad. This is how I feel, mom and dad. You're not going to know unless you recognize the signs. And on top of that, when it comes to depression, it doesn't have a specific person or day of the day, a time of the day that hits that particular person. It can just happen all of a sudden. It could be a loss of a parent, loss of a dog or a pet. It could be grades. It could be a relationship. Yes. It could be from, you know what I mean? It could be any of those particular things. If they have thoughts of harming themselves or even others, but really harming themselves, they're isolated. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to be around their friends. They don't want to look at TV. They don't want to play their favorite game. They don't want to do it. They don't want to go anywhere because they're depressed. And again, I'm only giving you these symptoms, but they might not even have or showcase or display those particular symptoms. But what's important is to recognize if you see them. But if you don't, and you see them acting low in general, this is where you come in as a parent, being concerned. And let me say this: when you have this conversation with them and you have this talk with them about depression, you started, but as you started and they start to open up, you have to listen. I'll say it again. You have to listen to what they are saying, because that moment right there is very important. If you neglect what they're saying, if you just act like that is not a big deal, you're going to lose the access that you just had. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. If your child, your teen or young adult, you come to them and you say, "What's wrong? You seem a little off. You're not as cheerful or joyful or playful or cracking jokes, or I don't hear you dancing in your room," or whatever it is. What's wrong? And they'll tell you what's wrong, whether you believe it or not. If you don't validate their feelings, if you don't validate how they're feeling at that particular moment, and you think it's an insignificant and it's a small thing, and you're very passive, you have lost this opportunity to get to know them even more And you got you lost the access, not to even just get to know them more, but to see what's going on. You lost that access. So I'm saying to you all, be careful. So when you're talking to them, make sure that you are paying attention. Even if it's something that you did to them, you still have to have a listening ear. See, we miss out on so many opportunities to draw closer to our teens and young adults and our adult children because we do not listen. I said it. Yes, I said it. We don't listen. It's one of the most simplest things, one of the most gifted things that we have, and we fail to use it in the correct way. We don't listen. And I'm saying to you, myself as a parent, there were times I did not listen to my child. I did not listen to my son or even my niece. There were times I went with what I had in my mind. And because I went with what I wanted to say and what my agenda was, after that, he wouldn't tell me certain things. He will just bottle them up. And guess whose fault that was? That wasn't his fault. That was my fault. And I told him recently, I have to change. And this is why I'm talking about real life situations with my young teen, because some of you parents have done this and you're continuously doing this. And you wonder why they don't talk to you. Because you don't listen. You have to pay attention. So getting back onto the pressure thing, that's something I'll talk about another time. About listening, having great ears. I might you know what? I'm gonna do a webinar on that, so we can go a little bit deeper. If you would be interested in hearing how to effectively listen as a parent, have a better skill of listening to your child, put it in the comments that you would love to hear that. Give me some hearts emojis. Put it in the comments that I would love to hear that webinar. I would love to be a part of that webinar, because I'll do that very soon. And that's another thing. I'm going to be doing a webinar at the end of this month. For the rest of 2024, there will be one webinar per month. It will be at the tail end of each month, and I will be able to give information for that. I just wanted to add that in as well. Private, right? But open, going to a deeper level of conversation and information for your family. Because here's the thing: if we don't get a hold of our teens, young adults, and keep the conversation, with our adult child, we're going to lose that access. And not only we're going to lose that access to them, we're going to lose our access, especially if your adult child has children. You don't want to mess that up, because memories are forever and moments go quick. That's just my philosophy. Memories go on forever. These pictures and pictures in your mind, they go on forever, but those moments are only for that time. You don't want to waste that time. So let me end with this. Let me end with this and share this with someone. Depression is real. I'll say it again. Depression is real. It's very real. And we cannot overlook your teen or young adult or even your adult child when they're depressed. We got to be there for them at any cost. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. And again, if you're interested in the Family Transformation Program with yours truly, DMP Speaks, I want to transform your family, because I believe this is the time now. This is the time now for your family to turn around. And if you are looking to have this turnaround, if you know someone that needs a family turnaround, some realistic, bona fide change in their family, how they communicate with each other, how not only do they communicate with husband and wife, how they communicate with each other, with their children, how their children communicate with them. The whole family needs to change. I want to help you do that. Guys, thank you so much. I still have slots open. Listen, it is time to make these things happen for you and your family so that you will have memories for the rest of your lives. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Catch me tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for inspiration. Inspiration, just flat out inspiration tonight at 7:30 p.m. I want to show you some information, but I do believe in your family, and I do believe every family deserves transformation. Peace, y'all.